today. All right, so we can do it right here. And I don't know if I showed the bookworm stickers on stream yet, but okay, so these are the bookworm stickers for September. So if you become a patron before today or tomorrow, then you will get the bookworm theme, and we're going to work on the print right now for it. Let me just sync up the camera a little bit. 1 second. There we go. Much better. Is there hair on the lens? I think so. Okay. So let's figure out what to do for the print for this. So I was thinking we could do like a big library or a shelf with a lot of books and kind of hide the bookworm in there somewhere. Could be kind of cute. Or we could do like the worm putting stuff away for the library. Shadow, hello. How are you today? I'm trying to adjust the screen so that it's a little bit more. There we go. I think that's better. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Shadow. I hope things get better in some way. Elaine, hello. How are you? I think I should turn that one off or something. The brightness is being really weird. If I turn that down, does that help? I think so. Okay. We'll start with that. Oh, no worries. Yeah. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Trying to figure out how to draw the library in perspective. Gearing up to go back to your full-time job. Oh, nice. You're not ready for it? Oh, no. When do you go back? I need to look up a reference picture for um a library. Something like this would be cute. Getting all my pictures off my SIM card for my camera. Oh my gosh, yeah. 2,000 pictures. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Go back on Thursday for PD day, and then we start back with students next Tuesday. That's so exciting. But if you feel like you're not ready, that's maybe not exciting, but still. Change can be good. Something like this is very library, like warm, cozy kind of look to it. That could work. Oh no, I'm sorry, Shadow. Understandably frustrating. Not looking forward to the commute and the exhaustion. Yeah, for sure. All sorts of jobs closer to home. Heard back from none of them. Yeah, most definitely. So, how far is your work from your house? Like, don't need like detailed description or anything, but just like how long do you have to drive or take the bus? And the books continue this way. An hour away. Oh my gosh. It sounds like not too bad, but when you add it up every single day, in addition to being exhausted from work, it's a lot. Like when we're looking at houses to eventually get, one of the things that we're going by is like it has to be like 2 hours away from fiance's job, like at most 2 hours away. We'd prefer if it was closer, but things close to his job are expensive, so the further you get, the more of a chance we have of buying a house. So, yeah. A lot of people around here do that where like they live 2 to 3 hours out of the city and then they commute to it every single day back and forth. It's 10 miles where I live. I that means nothing to me. Hi, Prue. I assume that's not a lot of miles though, because traffic and stuff. Since being a mom, I realized I'm not sure how it will work with my schedule. Crashing at 7 every night. Yeah, I can't imagine that, like trying to balance all that. Because it's not just you and your needs that are like the priority. Now you have your own needs and your family needs. It's a lot. But yeah, Peru, saying something is 10 miles away. So in Canada, I've noticed that people don't use, because we use kilometers for like driving and stuff, but we don't measure time in kilometers like Americans tend to. Like a lot of time if we're in the States, they'll be like, "Oh, it's 15 miles that way." And we're like, "Uh-huh." As in Canada, if you ask someone how far away something is, they measure it in time, like how long it takes, and then usually there's two different things. They'll say it's this far away and this far away in traffic. And it's so my perspective of how far distances like on average take is very like unpracticed. It's just like based on math class, you know what I mean? During rush hour. Oh wow. Okay. Everyone says they think I'm crazy for driving that far. Why don't I find something closer to home? Yeah, sitting in stop traffic, 15-minute drive in good traffic would become 1 to 2 hours in a parking lot. Yes, exactly. An hour to get to and from work every day in the same city. Yeah. Traffic, like downtown Toronto, is absolutely insane. We went to an engagement party on Sunday and we had to drive like more downtown. It wasn't like downtown, but it was like towards it. And the traffic getting there was really, really bad because we found out afterwards that like in that downtown area, they had the CNE going, there was a concert, and there was a Jays game, and there was something else. It was CNE, Jays game, concert. Oh, and they were doing another one of those freedom convoy things. So the traffic was absolutely insane. Thankfully, we didn't have to drive like actually downtown. It was like just towards it. So we caught the traffic, but we didn't catch the worst of it. And we weren't anywhere near like that many people. Gemtillion, hello. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I'm trying to figure out how to draw this bookworm in a print, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm thinking a library, but I don't know how to make that work without having to draw a bajillion books. Lily. She keeps knocking things over. This commute I'm always driving, likelihood of being stopped bumper to bumper traffic isn't as high. Yeah, exactly. It backs everything up. I know, and there was so much going on at once. We found out afterwards because we were wondering why the traffic was so bad on a Sunday going into Toronto. Like, normally that's okay. It's like people are going to Toronto, but it's not that bad. Oh, I was gonna tell you guys about my plan for the mural for the wedding. So I have this crazy idea. Um, it's based on like, okay, imagine those old theater painted sets that would be in like opera houses where it's kind of like muted colors, but it's I have ideas. Hold on. I will show you. Um so imagine like this kind of look to it, right? Something like that. Um or like this one is really cool. Something like that. Like this style is cool too. But yeah, so I'm thinking of doing something like that, and I can show you what I'm going to be painting on. So we're going to build one of these guys, and then it's going to, like, I'm painting the front of it so it stands up on its own. And the vibe that I want is like the ones I've shown, and then there's another one that I was going to show. Maybe I didn't save that one. Like this, like, okay, this kind of look to it. But yeah, so I want to do that. Something like that for like a backdrop of a photo station because a lot of places have like a wall that you can take photos against. So I want to paint something like that for that purpose. So we'll be doing that on stream. Okay, enjoy your lurk, Timtilian. Yeah, So we're gonna paint that on stream. My dad is going to find. So he said that because I'm thinking of using house paint because it's cheaper than buying a bunch of acrylic, and I wanted to practice with house paint anyways because eventually I want to paint mural type things when we have a house. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And then he was saying that before they had like the machine mixing thing for paint, when you would have to get it hand mixed by the person working, you would also buy like the tint, the pigment by itself, so that you could alter it if the person got it wrong. Like once you got to your house and it was like slightly wrong, you could fix it yourself. And if they still sell the pigment, that might be an easier way to mix. Or the other plan is to buy a big like container of the white and then buy small containers of the color and like mix like half a cup at a time or whatever. But yeah, so I'm thinking of doing that. And he also said that probably the best kind of board for it would be like to paint on hardboard. So he's gonna bring that over and I can test how I feel about it. And then he will build me the thingy. Fiance thinks I'm crazy for doing this. Like, I mentioned that I wanted to paint a mural, and he's like, how will we get it painted? And I'm like, I will paint it. He's like, I know you can paint, but that's like a lot of work. That's a huge painting. And I'm like, yes, I can do it. Yeah, no worries. That's okay. That would have to be further down.
What's the Elvish word for friend?
Mr. Hot Rod, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How is your day going? Maybe something like this where he's reading in a comfy chair could be good. And we have like different books over here. Something like that could be good. Or we could do a similar kind of position with the chair. One second. Oh, thank you for the sub. Happy 12 months. Oh my goodness. I was looking for the number somewhere. I'm like, wait, where did it go? 12 months. Wow. Well, happy 1 year. So I can make the book floating. Actually, the book floating could be cool, and then I could have other books like that are kind of floating here too. What's the plan for date night? We don't actually have a plan this week. I think we're probably just going to maybe do like watch a movie or something. Maybe make dinner together. I don't know. We don't have a plan this week. We're doing a pretty chill week. We're trying to continue to save money because we have to take Lily to the vet too. So it's gonna be expensive. So we're currently not gonna go out for date night. Vet bills are so expensive. Yes, a romantic night at home, exactly. I mean, we're both fine with that. We have fun no matter what, so it's fine. Sitting properly on the couch, knees together, arms by your sides, possibly holding hands. Scandalous brew. Oh, I should show you guys the finished camera strap that fiance ended up making for to ask one of his groomsmen. I should show you because you saw the like the half finished one, but I didn't get to show you the finished one. Watching a PG-13 rated movie. Ooh. Hello, Time. How are you? One second. I'm gonna grab the camera strap so I can show you guys because it's very nice. Okay. Fiance is gonna send me a picture of it because the one that he fully completed, he already gave to one of the groomsmen. I think I like this idea with the books all floating. Okay, so this is the camera strap that he made, and it looks really nice. But yeah. Oh, also, we finally booked our engagement photos, so that's this coming month. Exciting. There's a lot of things happening. Okay, so I think we're gonna go with this, and then I also want to put this maybe in grass. Holds a camera. It could be used to beat obnoxious people. That could be said for a lot of things that exist in the world, I guess. Something else exciting. So with the time I took yesterday, I was able to get the fair shop completely set up. So I'm able to make it go live after my order of packaging supplies comes in. Because if I make it go live now, like I can't send anything. So um I'm making it live soon when that comes. I'm going to be able to order it fully tomorrow and then it should be a little bit after that. And I can make the shop live and then um yeah, it'll be good. Deep fried Oreos. Mm. They have right now the X is going on, the CNE. It's like a fair type thing, I guess. I never go on any of the rides there because like don't trust them. But it's just like a Canadian thing. And one of the things is that they have crazy food every year, except I'm not going to go at all this year, mostly because of the people, but also because there was a lot of issues with there was a strike of the people who were the safety checkers for the rides. So like a bunch of people just quit. So I don't know how safe the rides actually are when the professional safety checking people all went on strike and like walked out on their jobs. Um, and then the fair food, usually every year there's something that gives people food poisoning. You just have to wait to find out what it is and then not do that one. Um, but usually they have like the deep fried Oreos. This year they have freeze dried Oreos or like nitro freeze Oreos I saw. It looks interesting. But honestly, everything there is overpriced, so it's almost not worth it. Um, Not to mention the fact that so it's really weird because it's like a combo of a farmer's market and like a that yeah, like a farmer's market type thing and then also like a fair. So you can go in and get like you could buy a hot tub because for some reason they sell hot tubs there. But and then you can go to the stall next door, which is like the farm stall where they have cows that I don't know why they have them there. They don't do anything. They just have cows and sheep and stuff and pigs for you to see, but you can't touch them. And they just have them there. Like, these are the cows that provide the milk that we sell or something. I don't know. And yeah, it's a really weird thing. They also have outlet stores that go there. I don't know how to explain it. It's the strangest combination of stuff. Free disaster entertainment, thrilling adventure in the food aisle. Okay, but what if it happens to you? Or what if the ride goes off the rails and flattens people? I just need paper for the thing. That could turn into a 5x7. I was also going to show you the packaging for, so I have a bunch of trading cards and stickers left over from when I was doing the pair of them from Patreon. So I made this thing for the fair shops. So this will be in little shops and stuff. And it has the rarity of each card. So I thought that would be cute. Yeah, food poisoning is not that bad. Yeah, I'm talking about the getting crushed by a ride. It's a little bit more concerning. Everybody gets food poisoning at some point. I don't know. I haven't really gotten food poisoning, knock on wood. Film and get TikTok famous. Jump in and help and fulfill your inner hero monologue. But what if you are the flattened one? Just hope that somebody doesn't film it to get TikTok famous, but does the other thing. You know what would be easier actually is just using the big cutting thing. Because then I can make sure that it's even instead of just guessing. Anthony Bourdain. Oh yeah, yeah, I've seen those. Paper slicer. Also, I did my nails in a way that I was like, I wanted it to be like little fall gemstones with a little touch of summer still because it's still warm out. So this is what I came up with. I didn't have this color paint, so I mixed white with the purple and just made it. Unfortunately, we don't have a fully straight edge. So this one is going to be 5. Seven. I'm just trying to make this a flat edge so that I can go from it. Perfect. Okay. A lot of it is sketchier than fair food. Yeah, sometimes. I mean, a lot of the time, the things that he's eating are like from people who eat it anyways, so it's like not, you know what I mean? Whereas the fair food people, they tend not to eat it. Little sus. Like, it's not something I'm super worried about or anything. It's just like, it's overpriced and not worth it. Like, it's $10 for a single deep fried Oreo for no reason. And a lot of it is gross. Like, you gotta find the good ones. Let's check the food list and price for this year. Oh yeah, some of the weird stuff they have this year. One of them is pickle lemonade. One of them is ketchup flavored ice cream. Peach mango spice cream. It's not giving me prices even though it said it would. Okay, so for example, a 2 foot long taco for $25 Canadian. Color changing soda for $12. $12 for this. Croffles, a croissant and a waffle, $9 for this small croffle. This cone of mac and cheese for $12. It's actually not as bad as I thought. Edible slime. Ew, the ketchup and mustard soft serve. It's garnished with fries and a pretzel. But yeah, I mean, I'm not against the CNE. I've been before. It's just such a weird combination of stuff. It's hard to explain. The most recent time I went, I think, was in probably 2019. I went. The other element is that it's definitely a place to go if you want to get COVID because it gets super busy. There was a huge COVID outbreak from the Harry Styles concert in Toronto. Everyone that I heard of that went to that got COVID. Can't have an outbreak if nobody tests. Yeah, exactly. They stopped like really doing tests in Canada, and now they don't record the numbers anymore. So a lot of it is just like people have tests in their home, so they test on their own, but that's it. Like it's hard to get tests. Yeah, monkeypox too. That's a concern. It's just too much. I can't. I'm just gonna stay in my house forever. Also, I have forgotten how to be social. Like at the engagement party, I'm like, I don't know what to say for this long to people. Like, how do you hold conversations? I don't know. But I've always been bad at that, so we need less of them. The shape is giving me trouble. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, if anyone knows of any stores in their area that are like stationery stores or like gift type stores, basically somewhere that would carry like stickers or um, prints, things like that, bookmarks, let me know. And then I can add them to the list of the people I'll email the code to for the wholesale thing. And then maybe a store near you will have my stuff. I have an ongoing list of stores to email once the shop is live. Like, it's a lot. It's a long list. This is just like mostly Toronto area too. But I don't know any stores in the US as much, so I don't really have any from the US there yet. Good morning. How are you? Flight home last night kept getting delayed. Didn't get home till 2 a.m. Oh my goodness. Where were you that you needed to catch a flight home? Were you super far from home or just like a different state? Um, the store would give them a small space. Yeah. Yeah, I already have that set up in the store that I'm currently in. The problem is that a lot of stores don't accept things like that, or you have to rent the space. Like, there's places like that around here where you can rent a space for like $200 a month and then just hope that you make that back. So it's not exactly a viable option in most shops. So the wholesale shop is meant for people who already use the wholesale website, and then also for people who don't really take things based on um I keep forgetting the word. Is it it's not commission, it's the thing where consignment, I think is the word. I have that right now, and that's why I have originals in that shop too. But the places that don't do that, this is for that. A gaming convention last weekend? Oh, cool. Oh, that was the other thing happening in Toronto. There was Fan Expo. That's what it was. A table at local flea markets, craft shows. Yeah, I've looked into that too. I don't have the stock at the moment, but that's definitely something I'd want to look into in the future. Like once I'm able to confirm which things sell best and everything. Because a lot of the problem is I don't know what to get more stock of. So right now what I'm going to do is like once the order is placed, then I place the order if it's an outsourced item because I can't afford to stock things that aren't going to sell. But yeah, eventually I'd like to do flea markets and stuff and then hopefully like the table renting cost isn't the space rental cost. I'm able to make it back because that's a lot of the things with markets is half the time you don't make your money back. So you're just like spending money to be there. Gaming conventions are big, yeah. Yeah, definitely something to look into in the future. I don't exactly have a table set up or the stock for that right now, but that's definitely something I'd like to do. And then I could sell the the little Lord of the Rings frogs. No, I can't do that. Technically, conventions do have the copyright people like walking around, which like, but I've never heard of anyone actually being told to or like sued for things like that at comic conventions. I don't know. Yeah. No, the fan expo and things like that and in gaming conventions, a lot of it, you have like some stuff that's fan art to draw people in, and then you have your own art that also sells. So it's interesting. But yeah, for now, with the like the stock that I can afford and everything, I'm gonna try to do this like wholesale website thing. And yeah. So if anybody knows any shops in your area that sell like greeting cards or art or stickers, bookmarks, things like that, let me know so that I can send them a message with the code and everything. Isn't passed off as official merch. Yeah, exactly, Prue. Like in person, usually it's fine. Actually, at Fan Expo this weekend, I wish, I kind of wish I could have gone. Like I wouldn't have because it's not exactly safe at the moment, but it still would have been cool to go because they were doing a full Hobbit reunion. The people who played the Hobbits in the Lord of the Rings movie, they really like Toronto. So usually they do like 1 year we saw Elijah Wood and he spoke at Fan Expo and then we did a photo op with him. But this year they did like they reunited all the Hobbits and they did a whole like talk together and stuff. Not enough money to cut into their business. Yeah. Lord of the Rings is very like that's why I can't sell the Lord of the Rings frogs because they're so specific and they'll go after people and they're known to go after people. The other one that I've heard of is Disney is super like you got to be careful with that. But you saying Nintendo reminded me of something. So there's this game Ooblets that I've been playing for a while on the computer, and it's adorable and it's so good. And they're finally releasing the full version. Um, they're releasing the full version for Switch and everything on the 1st of September. And I am so excited, and it's going to be 30% off in the first 8 days that it's out. So I'm thinking I might buy it and then do it on the Switch because the one I've been playing is like the pre version, so it doesn't have everything, and like I've completed all the initial missions, and then there's like little parts that aren't complete yet where you walk in and it kind of glitches because it's not a full game, but now the full game is going to be released, so I'm thinking of instead of getting it for PC, I'm going to get it for the Switch. They aren't just Tolkien Tolkien a big game. Honestly, they might be. I have no idea. Convention oversold the tables. 100 artists paid $700 for a table, didn't end up having anywhere to sell. Wow. Did they not like refund anybody? Hardcore console gamer. I already play on the Switch for Animal Crossing and I really like it. Just watch, we're gonna play Ooblets on stream one day. Ooblets is so good. Their IP habitually. Sounds good, Prue. I hope it works. No, but seriously, have a good appointment. Pack them into aisle and stuff. Some people got turned away. That was at Fan Expo. That's the other thing. The tables are so expensive. It's so scary. It's like a gamble whether or not you're gonna make your money back at all, let alone make money. It'd be just delightful. Thank you, Prue. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Who were there complaining about how poorly it was run this year? Wow. That might be also like, because this is their. Did they run last year? I think they might have, but all the guests canceled, so everything was super slow, anyways, you know? But this year was really popular because all the hobbits were there, and also like three cast members from Stranger Things were there. So it was super big. And you know who's always there every year at Fan Expo? Is the guy who voiced Jude from 16 and the Total Drama Island like host guy, the same guy. That guy, he's always there and he's the sweetest person. he's he doesn't even have a booth, like there's no photo op with him, official one. He just kind of like has a little stand of Jude and of the guy from Total Drama Island, and he just stands there and like says hello to everybody and changes your name to a surfer name. And he's the nicest person in the world. Show up regardless. Yeah, it's true. Because the thing is, the tickets are already bought when you're there, so there's not much you can do if it's a badly run thing. Although you might not show up next year. And the celebrities might not show up next year if it's badly run on their end too. The shoppers are rude. This item is 5 cents cheaper than the other stores. And it's funny you say that because at this point, in Canada at least, Walmart isn't even cheaper anymore. Like it says it's like the cheapest store you can go to, but my Walmart grocery bill is so much higher than when I go to like No Frills or something, which is a Canadian grocery store. There's other places that are cheaper. It used to be cheaper, but at this point, it's totally not for average grocery things. Also, Prue, go to your appointment. Goodbye. Just like procrastinating your appointment by being here. Does anyone? Okay, wait. This is very Canadian specific, so I don't think there'll be many people who remember it because it's very Canadian. Um, Now I can't remember the name of it though. Wow, can't remember it. It's like Cyber something. Is it Cyber 6? And now Google is loading very, very slowly. Um, but yeah, there's a show that I was reminded of yesterday that's like an old Canadian show. Well, it's not really old. It's like 99. And I was reminded of it yesterday, and I never watched the show, but I remember seeing like commercials for it or something when I was a kid, and the person in it looked really familiar. Yeah, Cyber 6, that's what it is. But I think I think this person I think this person was one of my first crushes as a child because the hair looks so familiar. Also, they're a very androgynous character and they like transform into this person when they're fighting crime. But I was reminded of it yesterday, so we were watching it, the first episode, because we are like, wow, I haven't seen this in years. I have no idea what the main plot is. I didn't realize what it was about, but I just remember seeing commercials with that person. 99 was, oh no. Why? But yeah, Cyber 6. And then, so Fiance and I were watching an episode of that yesterday for the nostalgia factor. And the reason it was brought up is because I saw a cosplayer on TikTok who does Canadian based cosplay. So, like TV shows that are very Canadian. So, for example, the one they did this year for Fan Expo, they went as the Tele Francais Ananas, like the scary pineapple guy that I've shown you guys multiple times on this stream. Um, she was dressed as Ananas, and it was absolutely terrifying. And then somebody commented how Canadian it was of her to do that, and she responded with a post of like multiple photos of her in different just Canadian cosplay. So one of them was the little girl who looks like a little pea. Like she looks like her head is made out of the vegetable like a pea. It's called Nana Land, and it was a very Canadian shit thing like show. And then so she was dressed as this little kid, and then what was the other one? You know that I've shown this before, the don't you put it in your mouth PSA. She was dressed as the little girl from that, which was honestly very terrifying. She was dressed as this little kid. But there's a bunch of just Canadian ones. And then there was one where she played the person that I just showed you for Cyber 6 in both the crime fighting form and the like professor form. Oh, like it's a few years ago. Wait, no. I still feel like the 90s were, I don't know, like not that long ago, but they were. I was only alive for like 4 years of the 90s, so I don't know a lot. But media was very influenced by the 90s, so it's, yeah. Like when people talk about the 70s, I still think it was like 20 years ago, which is really weird. All right, the book time. Yeah, 90s is what you remember most. Yeah, very similar to me. Like I remember early 2000s the most, but I do remember aspects from the 90s, even though I was born like late 90s. I'm on that weird cusp of, I think I'm the last year of millennials, and then after me is technically Gen Z, which honestly was really weird growing up because being the last year of a generation is super strange because you're on the cusp of both of them. So you relate to things on either side, but then like I don't know. Also, it was that strange kind of balance of when tech was coming out and tech was becoming more common. So we had dial up for a while, and then all of a sudden we didn't. And when cell phones were becoming super common, I was, I don't know, like middle school, going into high school time is when cell phones were starting to become a very common thing. Whenever I rewatch Gilmore Girls, it's always really funny that watching the tech develop. Like the episode where Rory's dad gets her both her and himself a sidekick. I remember wanting one of those. How would the pages be? It needs to be open more than this though, because otherwise, how would you be reading it? Oh, that's the other thing that's kind of funny is that people, um, I've seen non-ironic videos and TikToks of people being like, I wish I was born in 2005. The music was just so good. I'm like, wait, really? Just people talking about how the early 2000s music was so good and how they wish they were born then. You know what else I thought about recently is the fact that since the online schooling has become an option, snow days will no longer be a thing. And I think that is the saddest the saddest thing. Like our school wouldn't close too often, but we would have a lot of bus cancellations and then like nobody would go because it's that means it's unsafe to drive kind of thing. Um and fiance and I were talking about this yesterday because his work had an electrical problem, so they weren't allowed to go to the office. So they were all just working from home that day. And I was thinking about that and like, if you didn't have the work from home option, you would just be off today. And then I was thinking about all the kids who, if there's a snow day or it's unsafe to drive because of the snow, they still have to do work just online and they don't get to go play in the snow instead. Because that was the best feeling when you would wait for the news to announce that your bus was canceled or your school was closed or whatever. I'm gonna put a tiny book right here. Book perspective is very tricky because it's not just a block, it's like you have to draw where the pages would go to. I'm excited to make some breakfast. I've been having a lot of baked oats lately, which is basically like having cake for breakfast, but it's not. It's just basically making oatmeal, except I blend out the oats to be more of like an oat flour, and then you kind of make the oats normally and you put it in the oven and it puffs up like a cake would. They are delicious. Um, and then sometimes I don't even do the blended version. Sometimes I like the whole oats. But usually for blending the oat flour, I just use I have like a spice grinder that I use for when I'm mixing teas from my garden. And so I've just been using that to make the little bit of oat flour. Okay, so what angle of book is missing here? I think this is kind of cute. I like the floating books. I've basically done this for when we did the last October, the little ghost stickers for Patreon was a ghost like floating books and reading one. But I think it's such a cute idea and it'll make a nice print. Hard to draw in the corner there. Yeah, I'm getting married next year. I do find him nice to look at, but I don't really paint humans, so no. But if I could paint humans, then yes. I would definitely like to. Okay, I think we're ready for the line art. The most I could do for painting him, I could paint him as a frog. He might like that. Should I use black or should I use the sepia tone? Sepia could work. Which celebrity does he look most like? I don't know one that he looks like, but one that he sounds like. He sounds like wait, what's his face? Can't remember his name. He's in like hmm, hold on. His laugh sounds a lot like this guy. One second. And just need to Google because I can't remember the name. Seth Rogen. He sounds like Seth Rogen. He doesn't look like Seth Rogen, but he sounds like him. Who does a celebrity look like? I'm not sure. There's never been a celebrity that I've thought of that like looks. I'm like, yeah, he looks like him. But he definitely sounds like Seth Rogen. Especially when he laughs. He has like a specific laugh sometimes where it's like, you are Seth Rogen. Is he funnier? I feel like he's pretty funny. I don't know that he's funnier than Seth Rogen. This little worm is so cute. But yeah, I definitely think he's funny. He knows how to make me laugh, even if it's something dumb that makes sense to nobody. One of the funny jokes he told you lately? I don't know. Like it wouldn't really make sense, honestly. Like there I can't think of one that yeah, I can't really think of He does make me laugh. It's just like it's not going to make sense to anybody else and also I can't remember exactly what it is. And like it's very situational too. So it's hard to kind of repeat it without a bunch of context. It's not that you don't have a great sense of humor. It's that it literally won't make sense because there's so much context behind it. Or like it's an inside joke kind of thing, so it's like it's not funny if you're not there. And I can't think of any specific joke. Like I can think of one that not like a recent one, but one that's it's a stupid inside joke that makes sense to nobody. Um we were watching um it's so dumb. We were watching this version of Christmas Carol and it's the one that uses like the older like the actual book text so it doesn't so it's very accurate to text. So a lot of the words are like olden time words and one of the sentences that's in there that I haven't seen in any other one is when he goes to Christmas Past and he goes to his like old town and he says he says I was bred here, like I was like, I was born here, all that stuff. But he says I was bred here and fiance said um the baker who baked me is right down the street. And it just made me laugh so much because it was so dumb. And then like afterwards, for the longest time, he would just look at me and say bread. And like, see what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's a stupid pun, but I found it really funny. I think it was extra funny too because he doesn't like puns, but he knows I do. Right? I know. The version we were watching is the Disney version, the newer one that they did with well, it's not that new now, but like it was the Disney version done with Jim Carrey voicing a lot of the people, and it's very accurate to the original text. Will he be single anytime soon? Yeah, we were planning on getting divorced after just the first year, so no. Considering we're getting married next year, no. He won't be single. I mean, preferably any ever again, but oh, I forgot the little book over here. Takes 6 months? Oh my god, wait, really? No, we won't. We won't. That was the joke. I because I grew up with like parents who were separated and stuff. So we've been together for 8 years and like I wouldn't get married if I wasn't sure because I'm just terrified of that. So I am very sure and he is very sure. And I always ask him like all the time, I'm like, you're sure? You're still good? You still want to marry me? Just like because I want to make sure that he's on the same page. He is, but it's nice to hear it too. It's really tricky though because it's I don't know. I would just really rather not get divorced, especially because we're planning on having kids and I don't want to do that. If it happens, like it happens and we'll deal with it. But I am marrying someone that I'm 100% sure about and he feels the same way about me because I would, yeah. But something super cute for our first wedding anniversary. We'll be together for 10 years. So that's kind of cute. And we've lived together for, well, we moved in together a year after we started dating. So we've been living together for 7 years. There's no surprises that about each other. So we're good. So they got a divorce 6 months after they got married. That's crazy, Lean. I wonder if it's like they wanted a wedding and then they realized they don't like each other as much. That's a lot. One thing you love most, one thing you love least. Okay. One thing I love most is he's like kindest, very, I don't know, like he's I'm trying to think of the right term. Like he's the type of guy who would drop everything to go and help you. And like he does that. He's like that for his friends. He's like that for me especially. But like just anything or like he'll go out of his way to make somebody else's day easier or better. And he's just like the nicest person. And then something the least thing, he's very self like he doesn't believe that he's as good as he is or as like great as he is. Like he's very rough on himself and I don't like that. Cuz he deserves to speak to himself better, you know? Next door neighbor's daughter got married to a guy she's with since high school. A big lavish wedding. Saw them a few months later in one of their cars outside at night, and we heard they're getting a divorce. Oh my god. A big fight in the car. They were there for a good 3 hours. Oh no. Time, it sounds like you're like interrogating me about him. It's like when you're um like does he exist? How tall is he? He is just under 6 foot. And he's blonde, which I never thought I would be with a blonde, but here we are. Because I always went for like the more like brunette guys. Or in the movie, every time like there's a blonde character and a brunette character, I always fell for the brunette character. But you know, he got me. So bizarre though. Her parents didn't like him, but they seemed happy. Huh. They spent a lot on the wedding. Yeah, that is so that's a lot. We were talking about when we went to the engagement party on Sunday. We were talking with this other couple about the cost of weddings in general, and she was saying that oh, what was it that they were trying to charge for? I think it was like a bridal shower, and the restaurant wanted to charge them for dinner for I think it was 20 people or something. And for dinner for 20 people at this restaurant, there and because it was a bridal shower, they're like, "Yeah, that'll come to around 140,000." And they're like, "What? Never mind." It wasn't even a high-end restaurant. It was just cuz like bridal was in the word, so they're like, "Yeah, we're going to charge you 140,000 for this." No, thank you. My whole wedding does not cost that. Not anywhere close. Can vouch for fiance existing being awesome. Yes. Brad Pitt is just under 6 feet and blonde too. Is he considered blonde? I guess he is blonde. I thought he had more like a it's like sandy blonde, so it has a lot of brown in it. Maybe they're gonna be beautiful. It's funny you say that because my mom embarrassed me the first time she met him. Because okay, so here's the backstory. My mom was adopted as a baby. So she didn't have a family member that looked like her until she had me, and we look very alike. And so she was really happy. But when I was born, I had her blue eyes. But at around, I think it's like a year old or something, my eyes switched to like greenish hazel instead of blue. And she was so sad because I looked exactly like her until that moment. So when she met him, he has blue eyes. And the first thing she says to me is, I have a chance at blue eyed grandbabies. I'm like, oh my God, mother. Her first time meeting him and she says that. My grandma did something similar, but not nearly as cringy. But his birthday, so we have this thing in my family where a lot of the people in the family are born on the 13th. Like it just happens, or a lot of wedding anniversaries are on the 13th. There's a lot of births, a lot of just the 13th is a lucky number for us. And his birthday is on the 13th of April. And she learned that and she's like, "Oh, he's one of us then. Okay." And just like her first time meeting him, she's just like, "Oh, he's," she said our last name. She was like, "He's a last name." It's a good thing I was sure about him when I introduced him to people, because oh my goodness. Yeah, the price for weddings, I know, it's so bad. You didn't get charged for a lot of stuff. Entire wedding was 10K with an open bar. How did you manage that? My goodness. Yeah, we're not having an open bar. We're having like a um I think we're gonna have a toonie bar thing. Or no, I think what we decided on was we're bringing the alcohol to the thing, and then we're gonna have a signature drink, and then it's just like wine and beer, and that's it. And then anything that's unopened we can return to the store. But we'll have like two or three little signature drinks that follow the theme of the wedding, which I'm very excited for. Also, speaking of that, I need to message Raffle Iron and figure that out because he had some great ideas for that. Something I would say to someone when meeting them for the first time. Pretty small. The venue just charges for the food. We didn't have extra expenses like paying to use the grounds or anything. What? Where was your venue? I mean, don't say it if you're not comfortable saying it, but like, where did you not get charged for the venue? I must know about this place. Do you have dark hair? I do. It's not like super dark, but it's like it's brownish and auburn-ish. Depending on, like, usually in the summer it gets like very auburn, like there's lots of red in it, but in the winter it's like a little darker. My friends always think I've dyed my hair. Like every time I see them, they're like, "Your hair is darker." I'm like, "Nope, it's the same." And then every summer they're like, "Wow, your hair is more red." I'm like, "Yeah, it's just just my hair." They always ask if I've dyed it. The Aberfoyle Mill. I've already booked my venue, but now I'm very curious. Aberfoyle Mill. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, is it like a restaurant already? Okay, that makes sense. That's kind of cool. That's what my mom wants to do for her wedding because she's getting married like within the next few years. She basically just wants to do, there's a gazebo that's near their house and she wants to get married in the gazebo and then we'll go have a reception at a restaurant that's like right next to it and that'll be it. But it's really nice because usually restaurants are pretty good for if you want to have your reception or your wedding there, like they're very affordable. That's so good. Nice upper floor, had a dance floor. Wow, that sounds so nice. Aw, thank you. I will pass it on to her. She and her partner, they've been together for like 23 years. So, I mean, it's about time. And then I think the last straw was so I got engaged, and then her boyfriend was like, "Oh, I guess I should do that." And I was like, "Yes, you should." Like, Jeez, her daughter's getting married before her. Yeah, it's about time. Honestly, though, they've been together for years. Yeah, year eight, I know, right? So we've been together 8 years now. He proposed in 2020. We would have gotten married in like 2022, like this year, but we did a 3 year engagement because, well, he proposed at the end of 2020 to be fair. So it's like a 3 year. Like he proposed Christmas Eve. So we're getting married next year because of COVID stuff and also just because like we wanted to plan it when COVID wasn't as like intense because I want all of my people to go dress shopping with me. I want it to not be limited to one person you can bring in to go dress shopping. So I wanted to wait until this year to get like the majority of the planning done and then like cuz it'll be more things will be more open and then next year like it'll be good for like a wedding. This year and next year are huge for weddings though because everyone kind of had the same idea and also people who had to cancel their weddings because of COVID. So things are booking up super fast. You have to order your dress much sooner than you would have if you were getting married at like in a normal year because the dresses are being delayed. So you have to order your dress like they said 10 months ahead to be safe. Unless it was a really justified with a good reason. Yeah. Yeah, the 23 years is a little much. Speed ran that stuff. Engaged after 2 months. Married less than a year after we started dating. Oh my goodness, Bickman. I feel like I wouldn't be able to do that. I remember when we started dating and fiance was like he was saying, "Okay, so after a year I can propose to you, right?" And I was like, "No." And I told him like, "We'll wait 3 to 4 years." Or no, I think I said 2 or 3 years. And then those days all passed. It's like he wanted to get married very soon originally, but I was really worried about it and then we ended up waiting for like financial like reasons and stuff. Have you seen Say Yes to the Dress? I have, yeah. I used to watch that show a lot. Even though your friends in real life are very supportive, do you think the single ones get jealous that you picture yourself a nice man? What a way to put it. I don't think so. Probably not. Like maybe? I don't know. But I think mostly they're just happy for me. I don't think anyone's really jealous. Friendly, hello. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm good. How are you? I had known her for a long time. She's my best friend's sister. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. What am I drawing today? So this is the little bookworm and he's reading and there's books floating all around him. Yes, I finally put color back on my nails. Yeah. I'm trying to grow them out for my engagement photos next month, so I need to keep nail polish on them now. An episode where someone was on, her name was Duvet. What? No. Her mom came on saying we named her that because she brought comfort to our lives. No way. Like, the sentiment is very sweet, but oh my goodness. We were discussing names the other day on stream. Like, I think last week we were talking about it, and how I saw a video where someone named their twins Rune and Modesty. It's it's something. Celebrity men you find attractive? I've had a crush on Ewan McGregor for like my whole life because of Moulin Rouge. Ewan McGregor, Viggo Mortensen. Mm, who else? Corbin Blue. I had a huge crush on Corbin Blue. Um, hmm. Trying to think of more. There's like so many more probably. I just those are the three that come to mind. I have a small question. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Ewan McGregor is so good. I saw a TikTok with Ewan McGregor in it yesterday, and it was like from his nature. He did like a nature thing where he just like filmed basically a documentary, I think, with his brother. I haven't seen it yet, but there is a clip from it where he's looking at the seals and the sea otters in the ocean, and he's like, "Look, there's six sea otters over there." And then somebody edited like a face on top of the sea otter being like, "Oh my god, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi." How's the weather today? That's a good question. It's been raining on and off the past couple days, and I think it's one of those days again because I think I hear it raining. The movie Salmon Fishing in the Yemen, I have not. Oh, that's another celebrity crush, Idris Elba. He is fantastic. And nobody can tell me that he did not do a good job playing Roland from The Dark Tower. The Dark Tower movie was not very good, but Idris Elba was the perfect Roland. And now, like when I reread it, I picture Idris Elba because it was just so good. Why did you choose a worm? Because there's a term that says the term bookworm, and like a lot of people use it to describe somebody who really likes to read. Originally, the saying comes from little worms that would eat the pages of the books in libraries, and they would have to get rid of them. That's where the term comes from, but now it's used for people who are like always reading. So, the September theme for Patreon is bookworm because it's like going back to school season. Um, yeah, and like cozy reading time. Thank you. Feels like your kind of movie for my spidey senses. Okay, I will definitely watch it then. What is it? Salmon fishing in Yemen? Yeah, right, Idris. Oh my god. I'm adding it to my list of movies. It doesn't want me to spell Yemen though. There you go. It has Emily Blunt in it too. Ooh, I love her. I watched Jungle Cruise like a couple weeks ago, and like I don't know what it is about those outfits. Okay, that is my style, first of all, like that safari kind of outfit. Love it. Like in The Mummy, all the outfits in The Mummy. Like something about it. And I think Jungle Cruise made me develop a crush on Emily Blunt. She is wonderful. Also, like the actress herself, she's very funny in interviews. I like her a lot. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely watching it now. No worries, friendly. Jungle Cruise, it was very cheesy and like a little predictable, but it's fun. Like it's one of those movies, it feels like the Jungle Cruise ride. Also, it's based on Jungle Cruise, the ride from Disney World and Disneyland, right? And when you go on that, they tell like all these jokes. There's this compilation of jokes that have been being told on Jungle Cruise for years and years, and they have many of them and they always add to it. And they use so many of the classic ones in the movie. It was really good. They're all puns, they're all wonderful. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was goofy and like I said, very predictable, a family movie, but it's fun and it's really cute. Cool, hello. How are you? Rewatched The Devil Wears Prada yesterday. Oh, that's a good one. Her and her hubby in interviews. Yes. Oh my god, they're adorable. She's with the guy who played Jim from The Office, right? And he was also in they were both they wrote Quiet Place together, right? They're so good. I can't remember his name at the moment. John Krasinski, I think. Is that his name? Yes, that's it. Yeah. How do I get this idea? I was just thinking about September and like going back to school and books and cozy season. And I thought of reading, and then I thought of bookworm, and then I thought of a little worm reading books and being the guardian of the worm library. And then he doesn't have arms, so he has to read somehow. So the books kind of float. And then I kind of, at first he was sleeping, and then I decided he should be reading one, but it has to float. But what if there are more floating everywhere? I have this is the original worm illustration page, where I have him sitting in a throne of books and eating through the pages and sleeping, and the sitting on the books and reading and all that stuff. But yeah. And then I made these stickers, and then this is the print for it. Got to meet you, McGregor, when you first had a crush on him. What would you do? Probably just say hi and give him a hug if that's what he was doing. Because like sometimes the when you do like the photo ops and stuff, I've only done one with Elijah Wood, and I gave him a hug and it was wonderful. And he's the same height as me, and it was lovely. um, but yeah, like probably just like say hi and tell him I love his movies. Maybe get him to sign something if he wanted to. Also, if I met him when I first had a crush on him, like I was like 6 years old, so probably nothing. Because my mom let me watch Moulin Rouge way too early as a child, which I don't resent her for at all actually. Like it was wonderful. She skipped over the Tango Roxanne part because that part like probably not great for a 6-year-old. But I saw it way too early and it was lovely. And I think also like because I think back on my childhood crushes and a lot of them are like I realized, I also really liked the female character, but I didn't know what that meant, so I didn't like think about it, you know? But I also had a crush on Nicole Kidman. Just both of them in that movie are so pretty. We're talking about movies. You love the Beetle Parade sticker. I'm so glad to hear that. When I was a young bug. Secret Life of Walter Mitty. No, I haven't. What's that one about? We are gonna find somebody to raid though. I realized it's 11:30, and that's probably why I'm so hungry. I did hug Elijah Wood. I hugged him, and we said hi, and then I took a picture with him. This was like years ago. This is in 2014, I think. I still remember it though, and he was very sweet and very nice, and I was so happy. Like the rest of the day, um, it was so good. And then we saw him speak, and he was talking like it was at Fan Expo, um, and he was talking about like he's answering fan questions, and then he introduced us to the bunny video, which I still think about to this day. It was lovely. So there's a video of him. He was doing an advertisement for the bunny place, which is like this bunny museum, and it's the cheesiest thing. I'll link it in Discord actually. So you guys can see it. But somebody asked what the reasoning behind that was, so he was talking about that. And then my friend and I went home and watched that video, of course. It was so good. Okay, I think we're gonna go to there's a couple different places we could go. I'm just stuck behind ads right now, trying to figure out what to do. Let me put while we're waiting, I will find the Bunny Museum ad with Elijah Wood in it. There's 3 parts to it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Each video is only like a minute and a half though. I haven't watched it in a while, but I'm gonna put it on Discord so that you all can appreciate it as well. All right, it is in Seagull chat now.
My name is Ari.
Ah, the ads. Okay, I think we're gonna go to Jom Altars. I know, yeah. I only stream 9 to 11 in the morning, and then in the evening stream, I start at 5, so 5 to 8. So I'll be streaming later. Well, okay, not today. Tuesdays is date night, so I don't stream in the evenings. So there's only one stream today, but tomorrow it's a 9 a.m. and a 5 p.m. stream. So I will be there. Let's see. That's okay, friendly. Aw, thank you for being here, Elena. I appreciate it. We're gonna go to Jom Altars, which I spelled incorrectly because the caps are switched. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna give Jom some love, and we're gonna do our thank yous before we go. Thank you so much, my patrons: Beckler, Chicago to Die, Daniel, Dracul, Annie, Joe Cobble, Lilia, Negan, Prue, Princess Peach, Race, and Ken Rich. Thank you so much for being a patron. I very much appreciate it. And we're gonna do our stream thank yous for the day. So thank you so much to Perrin, thank you for the follow. Hot Rod, thank you for the follow. And Cabo, thank you for the resub. Happy 12 months. let's go raid Jom Altars. Oh, thank you, friendly. I've already chosen who we're gonna raid this time, but I will keep that in mind for next time. Too bad though for us. I'm sorry, yeah. I stream twice a day every weekday, except for Tuesdays is once a day, unfortunately. But I will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Eat something delicious. Take care of yourself. Do something creative. Let's go give lots of love to Drum Altars. And yeah, goodbye.